west, I believe, of Redleaf. So we were like, clearly we should go east. And we did indeed manage to find Redleaf. And we wandered about, and we found several of ourselves sleeping in our beds at home. We can like go through people. We do not seem to be able to go through objects though. No one really seems to be able to see us. We went to the house of the guy who had fallen sick, and we found that there was a weird spirit shadow creature that was like partially inside of him and seemed to be like eating off of him somehow. So we kicked that thing's ass, and then he woke up and had a happy reunion with his husband. And then we snuck around the village because there's lots of undead things similar to the thing that was feeding on something. And we're like, let's go check out the big weird castle that's in the middle of the lake that is not there in normally. So we went there, and we came in here through the front door. There was a creepy hand phalanx, Langy's phalanx thing coming up out of the toilet, so we shut the door on it and just continued looking around. We found like an office with a bunch of logbooks that we couldn't read. We went into the kitchen, which was locked, and fought some various other creatures. And then this guy showed up, was like, "What are you doing in my house?" And is generally acting angry at us, even though he left his door unlocked.
And yeah, because really, if you leave your door unlocked, all bets are off.
Mm-hmm. You know, finders keepers.
Exactly. No, we tried to argue that we had been, we are trapped in some dreamscape, and dark creatures are running about. So naturally, we tried to find out what's going on, and, well, this was the thing that had changed. So we entered, not knowing that it was some sort of transdimensional space.
And apparently his house is not normally right next to our town. That's apparently a newish development.
Mm-hmm. And Miner shot an arrow at his feet. So let's see how this goes. Maybe he's genuinely nice. And he likes strangers in his house.
Yep. Sure. What can go wrong?
Let's see. Something that could be important for this next conversation. If anyone would like to sense motive, they can.
Yeah. See whether he's just pretending and just wants to hoodwink us into perception.
Yeah, it's basically just a normal perception check.
I wish I had light.
That does not sound good.
Okay. That worked pretty well for both of us, so...
Yeah, okay. That changes things.
Is he a dirty liar who lies?
Yeah, maybe, just a little bit. So he comes in, he's like, "What are you doing in my house? Like, who are you? Like, how did I get here? I live in a demi-plane." And it's just like, "I need you to leave now." And seems to be trying to bolster himself up a little bit with that. And definitely Stone notices his fingers shaking a little bit as he like angrily points at you, but probably isn't shaking out of anger.
You seem. I let Storm say that.
Okay.
Ruki also notices that.
Okay. You seem rather shaken. And if you were so angry, why would you not just force your creatures to attack us? Maybe we can help each other. Maybe we can help one another. Something here is wrong, and you clearly have a vested interest in this place. I love what you've done with the decor. So, what say you? We put our cards on the table and try to come to a solution.
Well, I could easily defeat you if I wanted to. But yes, maybe it's worth spending a moment to talk things out.
Can we try not to talk with this big thing in front of our face?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And he snaps his finger and it goes and runs back.
Ugh.
Thank you.
And motions for you to join him in his study over here.
Okay, as soon as you unpause the game, we will.
Okay.
No.
I'm laughing because Zoe always reminds me, yeah, I like to, but I can't.
I think Stoll, as you get a little bit closer, you also notice something a little strange about the way this person's moving. He seems to be taking a lot shorter steps than somebody his size normally would. And that just seems a little bit off.
You see 3 goblins in a trench coat.
I was thinking the same thing.
He sits down. Well, as your most gracious host,
sorry, can I try and recall knowledge about any sort of magical thing that would cause that sort of step?
Let's do Arcana.
Arcana. That's secretly what I was hoping for.
And anyone else who wants to, if this gets pointed out, can as well.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Sure.
But
17's pretty high.
how do I
I'll make it blind. You got to click on it first, and then it'll give you the option to plug it.
Oh no! I just wanted to.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh.
And my choices are Arcana and religion, because I'm terrible at Arcana but good at religion. So
Yeah. You definitely don't pass the check, so this works very well. Holy crap.
Either a 1 or a 20?
Yeah, it's a 20. Yeah, this is some sort of like disguising illusion magic, and the person in front of you is very short.
I guess Storm is the only one who knows this.
Okay, I'll just keep that knowledge to myself for now.
Yeah.
Although it does make me wonder about the size of all the furniture in this room.
you're
That makes-
guessing that if someone was that short was on this chair, they'd have to be standing on it to see over the
Yeah.
table.
Huh.
So, yeah, I'll just keep that knowledge to myself, but it makes me think things.
Yeah. And he asks you, like, well, you seem to not want to kill me. Maybe we can do business? What is it you're looking for?
Yeah, we're looking
Well,
Oh.
first of all, I have to ask, who are you, and what are you doing in this house?
With a flourish of, his little shoulder cape, he's like, well, I am the Lord Epialos. This is my house, my domain. I am a weaver of nightmares and a distinguished trader. People pay a lot for those these days.
For nightmares?
For nightmares, yes. I have all sorts of clientele.
Are we talking about the dream kind or the horse kind?
This... He looks sad a little bit. He's like, well, I haven't quite worked up to the horse kind yet.
Okay.
But you've surely seen my fearsome creations. And I am sad you destroyed a couple of them. They're kind of expensive to make.
We were just defending ourselves, that's all.
In my house?
Well, yes.
Is it your house, though?
I
He
look
says
over.
yes and seems pretty confident that it is his house.
I mean, why would he lie about his house, you know? You have to be a maniac to just walk in and then order everything around you to not own this house. I'd be surprised if he didn't own this house. For all the creatures he's controlled.
Exactly. Sorry, what's your name? With the long claws?
Tavia, at your service.
Tavia. Yeah, Tavia gets it. This is my home.
Mm-hmm.
And you have barged into it and killed my servants.
We're duly sorry, but we are looking for a way out. We were just merely, defending ourselves. Isn't that right? She looks over at everybody. Yay, nay. You guys want to stay?
They did try and attack us.
Yes.
But I mean, really, I think what we want to know is what are the creatures in our village and how can we make them go away?
Yes, just in your village. I did poke around there a little bit. Seems you've got quite the pickle on your hands.
What is this pickle? Who are these shades and why do they attack villagers? Well, presumably for sustenance. These nasty undead, but how did this happen?
Let's see how much he knows. Knows a little bit. Yeah, so, well, they're clearly things of an undead nature. Probably spirits and souls of those who are being called here somehow. I do not understand why they're being called or how we even ended up here.
Whatever called them here, possibly what dragged your castle here? Because you said, like, normally it's not next to our village.
Yes, I usually don't have any scenery.
You wouldn't be responsible for these creatures, would you? And as through this whole conversation, Storm isn't actually making eye contact with, like, Epialos. He's just staring at his chest about where Storm thinks his eye level would be.
Yeah, can make an intimidation check.
Oh, I actually do have intimidation.
Hmm.
Yeah. Helps a little bit, and oh my gosh, I forgot your question. I completely mind blanked. Sorry, one more time.
If he had anything to do, like if he was connected at all to the creatures in the village.
I highly doubt it. I have done trade recently, kind of near here, but I don't see how that would factor into anything.
But where would your nightmares come from?
I make them. And he pulls out a rusted needle that has like a golden thread on it that seems to be eating all of the light that touches it. It's like, see, I make it with this. I pull. it's tetanus, yeah. I pull matter from the dreamlands and weave them together.
Well, then doesn't it stand to reason that you are connected? There is some sort of intermingling of the dreamlands and reality here, and well, the creatures that are plaguing the village seem fairly nightmarish. Oh, we believe you that you're not doing this intentional at all, but how could what could this connection be? Certainly not a coincidence.
I mean, the only... Look, I don't think I have the answers you need, but there could be somebody else who does. And I'd be willing to send you in the direction if you promise to, leave me alone here.
Okay. That seems fair. Who would that be?
My recent business partner, Auntie Arctis. If anyone knows what's going on over here, it's just she probably does. Nasty little night hag. Always nose in everybody else's business.
Night hag.
Oh,
yes,
that
indeed
makes sense. Huh. Okay. So, how long has she been here exactly?
She's been nearby for quite a long time, several years, if I remember correctly, though. Yeah, I mean, night hags are always traveling along the ethereal plane. It's really hard to pin them down.
Yes, especially if they have a nightmare with them. And she would help how exactly? Because you don't know this, but every time we go to sleep, we come here. So, do you just live here or do you go to sleep in our village? Like, are you even real? Are you a nightmare? Because I don't believe a human like yourself should be in this place.
Are you a human?
He seems to be human.
I don't think so.
What? No, I am a prodigious and esteemed human.
Out.
Yes, that's exactly what all my humans friends say about themselves.
I know, right?
Anyone know Gnomish?
Yes. Double checking. I have no too many languages. Gnomish. No.
I know
Just a
Yakuza
guess.
way.
Elven, Aklo, Draconic, and Demonic.
I speak. I say in Fey. Well, perhaps you are someone like me, friend.
In response back in kind, I very much doubt it.
Turn to the others. He speaks Fey, but he has a weird accent. Not a native for sure.
So,
It's who I am doesn't really matter, right? It's I don't have the information you need. The hag probably does. If there's strange things going on.
I am inclined to agree. You clearly are connected, but
and where might this hag be exactly? That she puts quote unquote in the air.
wow.
Yes. Give me just a moment. You wouldn't mind staying here while I go collect some things, would you?
That depends on how long. As she looks at her wrist with no watch.
Just a few moments. I just need to pop upstairs.
Sure.
Anything we can do to help you with your fetching task? Din is very good at carrying.
No. I just need to grab something. It'll help me figure out where the hag is currently.
Okay.
And goes and wanders off upstairs.
Cool. Shut the
So-
door.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we should leave. Like immediately.
No.
Well, what is she about to go bring the hag here?
You think he's living here together with the hag?
Well, no, I think hags are evil. He's working with an evil person. You know, put two together.
First of all, I don't know what that thing that we were talking to was, but it definitely wasn't a human.
Wait, how do you know?
There was some magic going on. It wasn't. Didn't you see? It wasn't quite walking right, and
I mean, he was walking kind of slow, I guess.
yeah, but it was. It's something that's way shorter than what Epialos showed us. So,
An illusion, maybe. But either way, I think we should scram.
But then we don't have any pointer toward this hag, and we know for 100% certainty that the hag is involved from Time's strange journal.
That is true, but shouldn't we avoid everything in the journal? Minor, come on, back me up.
I mean, do you want to keep coming back here as more and more of those creatures come to kill us in our waking/sleep times?
She rolls her eyes. No, but
I go over to one of the books and ask Fabio, can you read this? Because there's a few books in this room.
let me see. Gion, can I read the books? Is there any different languages?
Yeah, you couldn't read it 15 minutes ago, but you read it now.
Oh, the demonic book. Okay, gotcha.
One of the big things was this ledger.
Yeah,
that was
the
written
ledger.
demonic. And you see there's a list of names and places and times and balances. Auntie Arctis shows up a few times in here. Usually like 4 or 5 months apart.
Auntie
other
Arctis
names,
is
like-
the hag, or
Is the hag, yes.
Yeah.
There's a few other names in here that seem like they're probably infernal or demonic. A few others that seem incredibly out of this world. That you couldn't even place where they came from. But it seems to be as close as one can be to this legitimate business.
What are they selling exactly in the list, or is it just like meeting places?
It's not fully listing exactly what they are, but like piecing it together. He's selling nightmares to people, like physical manifestations of, well, I guess not physical, dream manifestations of fears and worries and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Does he sell it to their enemies, like people's enemies?
I'm pretty sure he's more neutral. He'll just sell it to anybody who wants one. Evil, good, but anybody who's using nightmares are probably much more evil than anything else.
Should we buy one?
And do what?
I don't know. Could have a little friend.
Yeah, a little
That's
nightmare.
a very entrepreneurial spirit, I suppose.
We need more
I mean,
pets
we
in
could-
this party.
We could ask how much one costs.
I think we have too many, in my opinion.
Excuse me.
I'm looking
There.
at both the elephant and the bear in the room.
How larger?
I thought you were talking about me.
You're not an animal, are you? Unless you're disguised as a druid. But
Only sometimes.
well, anyways, the point is, we're not buying a nightmare. We shouldn't be seeing a evil hag, and if we are, guess what she's going to probably do? A deal. I read these books before. I know these stories and tales, and let me tell you, dealing with a night hag isn't worth it. One minute you're just singing along to a catchy tune, and next minute you're dead, or you owe your soul to them.
Look. I totally get I get your fear, but if he meets this, or if this creature, if they meet this night hag every 5 months and it's carefully documented in their ledger, it doesn't seem very likely that they can snap their fingers and have the night hag pop up.
Mm.
So I don't think
It's probably an imp.
could be.
A little demon imp? I mean, I
Well,
guess.
lots of demonic stuff everywhere.
I think that
Makes sense.
technically devils, but yes,
Could be possible.
could be that.
But in this like nightmare realm, I would think he'd be more in hell. But you know, we just put this like on the theory board. So, okay. So, what's the plan, I guess? Or what do you guys think? Because I think about just leaving without even telling him.
I mean, is there any downside to getting the information he's trying to get us?
I think we should do exactly that. Yeah, great.
He's clearly scared of us.
Scary, it's true.
Yeah, so I think either he makes a runner for it and disappears and just doesn't return.
In which case, we get a free house.
We get a free
What
house,
use of a house if we live in the real world? I'm not planning on living here forever.
Well, we might find more clues to what's really going on, and maybe more information on how to find the hag.
We could figure out a way to go between the planes.
Just really trying to figure out if this is an issue that we need to handle. And can we handle it?
Well, what if the night hag's responsible?
I think the night hag is responsible. This is exactly the sort of dark hag shit.
Yeah.
Constantly feeding up.
I think we should wait, if only to clarify with this creature that they wouldn't be offended if we killed the night hag.
Okay. I mean, do we all agree with that, or?
Yep.
Fine. But I think we should have like, I don't know, a phrase or catchphrase to say, we're in danger or we need help or attack. To get the upper hand, maybe. That's just me. If you guys think it's a stupid idea, then let me know.
If we feel like things need to go down, should one of us just excuse ourselves to the bathroom?
I like it.
Yeah, that would work.
Okay.
To use the upstairs one, if you do actually use the bathroom.
That's a very good point, actually.
Do we do undead type stuff?
I think that's something Tavi would probably know. Potentially they could, but a lot of what night hags do is go into people's dreams and then basically torture them with nightmares until they steal the person's soul.
They really like kind of like corrupting people, I guess, to make them evil. Well, would Tavia know that selling evil souls is better than selling an innocent soul, or is that just same kind of economics or economy? I guess for like souls. I guess a soul's a soul. I don't know.
They often go after people who are already, not that alignment is a thing here anymore, but like evil. But they're also taking people's souls and selling them.
We've been dealing with a lot of undead. Like, that seems like it's not a night hag's normal MO then.
Wait, have we been dealing with undead, or are we been dealing with nightmares? I thought it was nightmares. They look like undead.
Nightmares are in the house. Undead are pretty much everywhere else.
Okay, so undead are in this nightmare plane, right?
Yeah, you've been encountering a lot of undead.
Okay. That does raise a question. I mean, the guy did say he has a lot of clients. So, even if we stop this night hag, there's still other clients. Then again, if we stop him, then he can't give any of his clients what they want, so then all his clients are stopped, technically speaking.
Are they just hindered?
Yeah, or hindered. She shrugs. But let's see what he has to say, I guess.
Ready? He opens the door and I guess it's basically waddles in.
I give him a pat on the back.
Yeah, okay. Your hand totally passes through him. It's like, hey, what are you doing? And then the illusion just completely breaks.
Oh, he's much smaller than I thought.
Oh, he's so cute. Is he like a gremlin, like a Jinkin or something?
Not a Jinkin, but yeah, he's very much more on the gremlin side of things.
Oh, it's one of you little malfeasance.
I didn't get to see the picture. Yeah, wait, this is in Discord. Oh wow, it's really cute.
Absolutely adorable.
That is cute. Thank you.
Screenshot.
What are you looking at? Do you have a deal? I show you where the hag is, you leave me alone?
Yep, we leave you alone. We have a deal.
Great. And he pulls out this little, like, kind of looks like a compass if anyone here has seen one. But instead of having, like, a definitive needle. It's like this big, like, stone that seems to be pointing. It's very dark and metallic, and it's pointing in a certain direction. It's like, ah, yes, it is that way, and then just points off to where this would be north of Redleaf. And something that Talia's already been kind of feeling that pull to go to anyways.
Oh, it's connected. Crap. Okay. North, ever check that compass again, Maybe it's wrong.
It hasn't failed me before.
Okay.
You're looking for a little cottage, very unassuming. I'm sure you won't miss it.
Okay, well, anything else you can tell us? For example, her name.
The only name I know her by is Auntie Arctis, which I have in chat already.
And her real name? I look at Smile in a very winning fashion.
Do you think she'd tell me?
I suppose she would.
Does her house move?
It has on occasion.
But like, it's unlikely that it's going to move between now and when we get there.
If you take the compass, it'll lead you to her even if she moves.
Ah, okay.
Ah, yes, perfect. You can take the compass.
Well, question. So, if we were to meet her and stuff, and, talk to her about returning back home and stuff, is there anything she would like for maybe a deal of some sorts? For exchange? Because, hags don't normally just do things for free. And if they do, it's trickery.
Well, the only thing I've known her to like is, nightmares and souls, to be honest.
And what are you supposed to be?
I am the prestigious Lord Epielos.
No.
The frightful demon.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay, well, that's all my questions.
And if she is still around after you're done business with her, can you return the compass?
Sure.
If you're still here, sure.
He takes the compass. We'll make sure we'll keep it safe.
Thank you very much.
Oh, one more question. How much for one of those nightmares?
Well, it depends. What are you trying to sell for it? And gold works, of course, but
I mean,
there's many other things you could.
I mean, I feel like gold is the best option. I'm not so much in the realm of making other sorts of barters.
A pity. And goes over his little ledger and sees, well, from what I have left, which is not much, mind you, I could probably let go of a phalanx for, I don't know, 400 gold, and maybe one of the knights here for a little under 1,000, if haggling is involved.
I was just curious. We'll maybe keep that in mind.
So, if you guys are done, chit-chatting with him, you guys want to, bounce. She points her eyes to the
Yes.
door.
Yes.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Lord Impialos, and he does a little, somewhat sarcastic bow and leave.
Absolutely. As you leave, one thing you notice is that it is currently starting to be at the break of dawn right now. And from the town, you hear a lot of bells ringing, specifically from the Church of Pharasma.
Is that normal for the town? Just like
Is that-
the clock tower
Not
time?
usually.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
I don't know if we have time, but just as we get out of earshot, I would like to look to everyone else and wait, what about the gold that we found and took? Can we return that? Keep it, or what are we gonna do about that?
You
The-
didn't bring it back.
As a player, I'm
Yes.
trying to remember.
How much was it? Could we use this to snag one of these? I'm not a big fan of snagging any of these.
I think it was only like 200 golds.
Potentially could. However, it might take some deception.
Yeah, no,
Roll
to
like
use the
infernal
gold.
gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the demon that we thought was cursed gold. That thing.
Oh, deception. Yeah.
And
Well,
And you would
Ruhius.
notice immediately. Like, he would go to his chest and be like, oh,
If he tried to put it away, yeah.
yeah, he would notice that
Oh,
it's
that's
missing. So,
Hmm.
it wouldn't
He might be
last.
able to make it out before he notices.
Gonna continue outwards.
I'm
Alright.
just gonna, yeah.
the Fae
Unless you're good at
is
deception.
tempted to do a little. But she will stay with. She will deal with. But it does sound like the right kind of prank to play on some particular traits.
In my mind, Storm was asking about this as, like, real Storm was waking up. It's like, oh, what about the gold that we found? Should we return that? And I'm assuming Green Storm fades away as he wakes up.
Yeah, if you'd like to wake up now, you can. I think Storm would be the first person to be, like, woken up by his wife, like, trying to nudge him awake.
Yeah.
Right. Is there
Do
anything
we
else
know the purpose of the bells? Are these like alarm bells? Or are these like come gather here bells?
They could be either. Usually, if there's something that is wrong, they want people to gather, just so that like everyone knows what's going on.
You're going to try and rush to the gathering area before they wake up just to see if there's anything like undead-y there.
Yeah, it could be like warning bells, literally, right? So yeah, I think I'll just stand up in bed and be like, oh no. Yeah. I guess are we switching to our other characters?
That is the question.
Yeah. But I guess Tabe will want to know if she still has like the compass in her hand, like Freddy Krueger style, grabbing his hat,
You know what? I do like that, so we'll go with yes.
Oh, this is creepy. This is not a dream.
Is Tavia's pillow also slashed up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
And I gotta buy a new pillow. Great.
I think I want to start with Ursa, even though Stone's probably waking up first.
That's
So Ursa, you wake up to some hammering on your front door, like somebody's just like trying to get your attention, and you hear outside Dalrymple yelling at you, Ursa, wake up! And seems generally unhappy.
She grumbles and makes sure to have like a robe on before answering the door.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Sheriff.
Oh, good. I hope you enjoyed your beauty rest. Some of us have actually been working all night. I need your help.
With details.
I need you to help me talk to the Lazars. I need their help, but they're not willing to give us assistance.
Well, typically when I try and talk to them, it's good to know what I'm asking them for.
Look, there's a whole bunch of people in the church right now, and something's gone horribly wrong. I don't know what the deal is. You could probably find out more there, but we need some help from the Lazars.
Okay, well, I will be dressed shortly and I guess head towards the church.
Interesting. Okay. I'm guessing other people will also be heading there, so before we get there...
I was saying that to Dalrymple, so like, if he wants me to go somewhere else first, but it did sound like he was saying go to the church to find out more information.
He wants you to go with him to the Viscount Lazar's manor.
So then how am I supposed to get the more information I need to talk him into whatever aid it is we apparently need?
Look, you have a way with words. I'm sure you'll figure it out. We need to send out a message and get people here, and something's gone horribly wrong.
A very slow blink and be like, one moment. Close the door in his face so I can go get dressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, but like before she gets dressed, like after she closes the door, she makes like a strangling gesture in the air towards him.
Yeah. I think... Yeah, so you get dressed, and are you going to head over with Dalrymple to the manor?
I'll also see if I can pry any more details out of him about what I'm supposed to be asking for.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to upload an image. That would be very cool. Yeah, along the way, he seems like very distracted. He starts talking about how like some kid has gone missing, and there's a whole bunch of people that are unconscious, and the priests are like yelling at him, and they won't like speak in plain... Gosh, what is the word? Is it Taldane here? I think that's the language. In plain Taldane. And it's like, they need help, and we need to get it from the Lazars. Like, he seems like kind of... I don't want to say like completely ignorant of everything, but he seems like exceedingly out of his element. Because he hasn't had to do much in Redleaf. It's been pretty quiet. And he's like really hoping Ursa can dig him out of a hole.
Sounds about right.
So do you fall into the manor?
Follow into the manor.
Everything seems pretty quiet outside. And Dalrymple runs up their big marble steps and hammers on their door as well. And a butler comes in and says, "Oh, Dalrymple, how pleased I am to see you here this morning." And they go and seek audience with the Viscount, which I will show here. There's a Viscount, and then his wife and child. You don't see the child. And when they come in to sit with you, they seem pretty morose. And
Unaddressed a Viscount. Are they like a lord?
Yeah, it's basically a lord of the land for this area.
Right, but would it be like my lord, my grace?
You could do lord or Viscount if you want. Pretty much anything would work for that.
My lord, there seems to have been an emergency in the town. We may need to seek aid from other sources or call in for some extra help. It seems like it might be a little bit beyond the area of expertise of our law enforcement here.
I'd like you to make a diplomacy check or something that fits similar for you.
Pull up the correct character sheet.
Okay. They look back at you, and the Viscount speaks up. He's like, "Well, unfortunately, I have other matters too to attend here. Poor child has fallen ill, and I do not have the bandwidth to deal with the town at this moment."
Perhaps has he fallen into a deep sleep from which he will not awake?
The very same. Do you have any information on what this could be?
Well, I'm afraid he's not alone. There have been others in the town who have fallen to the same illness, and it seems to be beyond the capabilities of the clergy that we currently have. As such, it may seem that dealing with your problem may also be help deal with the town's problem, as they appear to be one and the same.
One and the same. Well, what would you have me do? And Dalrymple hands over a list of supplies and coins that they need to requisition from places around town. And also brings up well, we should probably send messengers out, right? Perhaps the nearby settlements could help us. Maybe someone downriver. And Viscount looks up and down and is like, "Well, I suppose we can do this. How did this happen in my town?"
I'm afraid we have not yet been able to figure that out, but I can assure you there are people looking into it at this very moment.
Who?
Why, of course, the various law enforcement, I would assume. Of course they are not just sitting around in a bar drinking this morning.
gives a side glance to Dalrymple. Is like, yes, I'm sure they are doing their best. Yes, well,
I'm sure once we talk to the townsfolk and assure them that steps are being taken, we could also perhaps, if we need to seek out more messengers, seek volunteers or make some inquiries of the other people as well.
And that's well and good and all. If you're going to do all of this, I would certainly hope you'd send one of the clergy our way, because I'd hate to see something horrible befall my poor son. Sure, you can understand.
Yeah, I can send that message to them as well.
Well, then I suppose at least someone is on top of things around here, and gives a seal for all of the requisitions that is needed, and hands it back to you and Dalrymple. It's like, well, great haste then, and moves to just leave the room.
I'll look at Dalrymple to see if this is sort of everything he wanted, or if there's something else.
He is looking at everything, and it seems like, the stuff that he asked for was there, but it also seems he's still kind of disappointed with how it played out here. Guess is he probably hoped the Viscount would actually step in and do something, so that way he wouldn't have to be in charge of this whole mess.
Okay, so then if it doesn't seem like there's anything that's actually more worthwhile that I need to ask for, I guess Ursa will prepare to leave and go meet people at, I guess the church was the meeting point, it seems like.
Yeah. On your way for what that's going on, who else would like to wake up?
I can go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So your wife is nudging you awake. She's like, honey, do you hear the bells? They're ringing.
The bells?
Yeah, what do you think's going on?
I don't know. But yeah, maybe we should go check it out.
Yes, I guess we should, and spend some time to get ready and put on some clothes rather hastily. You don't hear your kid getting up.
I go check on Kath.
Yeah, you see Kath curled up in some woven blanket and seems to be sleeping pretty happily.
I try to wake her up.
Absolutely. You nudge her and try and wake her up, and it takes a little bit, and after a few seconds she rolls over and opens her eyes and says, "Oh, hi, did I sleep in?"
Stone breathes a big sigh of relief. Oh yes, just a little bit, sort of thing, and kind of hugs Kath and embraces her. I think the three of us all head down together.
Absolutely. Who else is waking up next?
Tavia?
Yeah, absolutely. when you wake up, you also notice that Anna is still asleep. She hasn't woken from the bells. And she seems to be like really disheveled. Like her clothes or like nightgown is all wrinkled, and her hair is a complete mess.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed like she was pretty stressed out.
Oh, Tavia goes over and shakes her mom. Mom, we gotta wake up. We gotta go. The bells are ringing. I don't know what that's all about, but it might be a town meeting or something. Wait, yeah. Would we know that the bells are for town meetings or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They haven't really happened very often in Redleaf. But that is like a general thing that you would know from living here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, just start shaking her.
Yeah, she startles. Oh gosh.
What?
The bells are ringing.
Yeah, did you not hear? They're pretty loud.
Oh dear, do you know what's going on?
No, not at all. There's a lot. Let's go with that. But no time to explain. Let's get going. Let's get dressed. Everything's okay? You seem really stressed. Your hair's undone. You're got a lot of wrinkles. Is she in her pajamas or is she in like her work clothes or?
She is in pajamas. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, I couldn't go to sleep. I must have. I was just so worried something would happen to you. I don't know what's going on with you. The town.
Mom, it's okay. It's okay. One person got sick, that's all. And I'm pretty sure he should be good today. And yeah, the town meeting is just probably a town meeting. Maybe, I don't know, somebody stole like some fruit or a shovel or somebody didn't return back a wagon or something like that. Something small, minute. Nothing big. But, let's get dressed, let's do our hair, and let's get going. I gotta put some makeup on.
Yeah, she's like pretty groggy and slow with movements, but like seems to be, jolted forward by your words and like slowly gets herself ready to head over. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'll hold her hand along the way.
Oh, that's adorable. Okay. Yeah, she's gripping your hand pretty tightly, but definitely seems to be steadied by that.
And that's pretty much it. Unless we meet something along the way.
Not yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ilya.
Ilya bolts upright, in a cold sweat. It's like, Mother, are you here? Sort of looks around the house.
Yeah, she's already up. She's getting ready to go to the bells. She's like super on top of everything. She's like, oh, what's wrong? Sure, you heard the bells.
Yes, I remember the bad dreams I told you about?
Yes. They didn't come back again, did they?
Well, be sure they're connected. Whatever else is controlling Redleaf. Let's go to the meeting together and let's stick close together. Sure, I will protect you with my life. That's for sure.
Seems a little bit confused. Like I guess so. Let's go. And on your way out, you see Olgish running down the street. And when he catches up to you, he's panting. So he's like, Alacra sent me. She
Hi.
She hoped you might be able to help. Her brother, he's sick. They're in the church right now. There's so many.
Oh yes. Yes, of course. Out of game question, is this for my mother? Is my mother good with helping the sick?
It's more that your friend is like asking specifically you to like help her out.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh no! Yes, of course. I'll go. Yeah, could you maybe go to the meeting and I'll run over to hers.
They thankfully should be one and the same as a
Oh,
meeting
good.
spot.
Oh, it's all in the church, just different. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And before we get there, let's do a 10-minute break.
All right.
And it will be back at let's just do 7:40.
Mhm.
Or maybe a little bit earlier if everyone else is here too. Alright.
and mock from the sidelines, but not intervene. But if they get hit, they run.
I am back. Sorry.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird, but I guess it's good knowing, because the next now I'm just going to flip everyone to elite or higher scaling. This is fine.
When I hit the little in the splash damage, I was like, oh, surely this is gonna pull all of them into combat, right? Which would normally not be a good idea, but I think, like, Lee being so scared, right? It's just like,
Yeah, no, that made a
everything's
lot of
scary,
sense.
yeah.
No, it was great. I really enjoy your character.
Okay. Is everyone back?
Yeah.
I'm back.
I think I heard Jacob earlier.
Yes, I am here.
Wonderful. Okay. I decided not to make this a token, but I will still show this wonderful art for the fame.
Yeah.
Oh, that is lovely.
Nice.
And now you can put it into a tile down there.
I could, but I'm so lazy.
Oh, that's fair. That's fine.
And I also kind of like the map art for this.
The map art is actually really nice. It's actually a really cute map. I enjoy it.
Yeah, as you are all, heading towards the Fane, there's plenty of other people heading there too, from the village, and you notice one or two of them are pulling someone along in a cart, or like holding them like over their shoulders or their arms. It seems like a lot of people are falling asleep the same way that Stefan had.
Only we'd ignore the castle and Dom and I say and just kill the bunch of guys in the village.
Hey,
That would took
you found
forever.
out some very good information that it'll be helpful. But yeah, you enter the church, and it's set up like a field hospital. There's cots and stuff everywhere. Food's being rationed out. Sabine, the member of the clergy that Ilya had talked to earlier, looks like she hasn't slept at all, and is just like kind of manically going through everything. And I think, yeah, as Ilya enters, she'll tidy up what she was finishing up with, and then head over to you. And it's just like, have you had any more of those strange dreams? I couldn't piece together anything from it. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's well. Look at the others. These are my friends. We seem to be involved in something much larger than just some sleeping sickness in Redleaf. He shrinks a little. Like, but yes, I mean, I believe that there is a night hag involved. And he looks like to the side, to the left, to the right, as if she were to jump out from the hood.
Yeah, one of the villagers nearby is like, what, a night hag? And like that kind of ripples through the congregated people here. And yeah, Sabiel's just like pretty grave face, like, oh, what do you mean a night hag? Maybe we should talk something a little bit less open. I don't want to have people panic.
Oh, that's such a good call. Yes, of course.
Takes you up to the side. Anyone else who would probably see this interaction happening would like to follow along, they absolutely can.
How much did we hear?
Oh, I think I'm like sort of gesturing to you. So.
Oh, well, yeah,
Am
I would follow. I don't think Tavia met the fourth member, so them mentioning about the night hag and stuff got her intrigued.
Yeah.
Am I there, or are we still waiting a bit before I arrive with Dalrymple?
Dalrymple. You were just kind of hoofing it, impressively. So yeah, I'd say you made a good enough time to make it.
Well, I will head over in that direction.
Absolutely. She takes you to a back room and is just like, so, a night hag? Why do you think that?
Well, it's probably not actually the night hag. That's just who we hope may have more information. And I sort of like look at my companions like, so you've already gotten her to believe you about this whole dream thing then? Question mark.
Well, yes. I was talking earlier, worried about the situation and wanted to investigate what, could be reason for Desna sending us a dream, but thankfully Sybil was quite open to the idea of supernatural and divine forces interfering here.
So,
Well, good. Seems like you did the hard part then.
yeah, so is she the elephant, the green lady in the dream?
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Oh, that's you.
I have this. My favorite book is this really old one with fairy tales from Mudra, and anyway, yes, that's me.
Speaking
I would like to read that book.
As they're all like kind of looking at each other, you notice there's stuff that's a little bit different. I think, especially with Ursa having this like little teddy bear that you didn't really notice was following you, but it feels like it should be there. That like kind of wraps around your leg a little bit. What other things do you guys notice?
Huh. I didn't know you carry around a teddy bear.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
But it's there. Look.
Yeah, I didn't bring that.
Sure. She just smiles at you. So what else you sleep with?
Emergency is happening. I had to go talk to the Viscount, and I stopped to pick up a teddy bear on the way. That is just how seriously I take my job. Completely deadpan.
Well, maybe it's some bleed over effect from the ethereal plane. Is that a thing?
Huh. Does it have like hug grips or something like that? Like, I never seen a hug. Well, I guess a teddy bear hug like that. Where'd you get it?
I think she's saying she really didn't do this, well, not on purpose, not with her conscious mind.
I mean, it's right there, so she probably forgot about it. You know, it's early in the morning, anyways. But we really gotta talk about this night hack thing. We gotta get this thing settled. Where's Storm? Where's Storm, by the way?
Oh, someone should get in.
Yeah, I think Storm would have the opportunity to join as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So while he's walking down, he sees the gathering and he sees them moving off, and he sees everyone else who's falling into this sleep, and he gets a bit concerned, and he looks to Tava and says, I think I need to talk to you about something. But he doesn't want to concern Kath too much, so I don't know. Is there maybe someone who can keep an eye on Kath?
Yeah, there's definitely people from the town that you
Yeah.
like know well enough that you could.
Yeah, and so I'd say maybe like a neighbor, and they're probably one of the neighbors has a child. So I leave Kath with them and talk to Talfa and say, well, I've been having these dreams, and when I'm in those dreams, they are more than just dreams. They are almost reality. I am in the world, and I can interact with it, and it is the world, but it's not the world, and I think it's very connected to what's happening in this town. And I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But you'll have to trust me that I'll work to solve this, and I'll work to keep you and Kath safe.
She takes a moment and like sizes you up for a second. It's like, and it seems to decide that you're being pretty earnest and not pulling your leg, and also not really like going insane and about to pass out and like go crazy. It's like, okay, I believe you, but I gotta fix like what's going on. You're not getting into any trouble, are you?
No.
Are we safe?
We're safe. I think I'm safe from this sickness. And if you fall into this sickness, just know that I think we might be able to get you out.
Fall into what?
This sleeping sickness.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't either.
Well, okay.
We were able to help Stefan.
We? Who?
Me and some of the others in the town.
She seems like pretty distraught about this. But when? I don't think you've been out and about all that much recently. How did you help Stefan?
It was last night, in my dream.
As you do.
As you do, yeah. She takes a moment to...
I know it sounds strange, but you just have to trust me.
Yeah, she takes a moment to digest that information, and is just like, I don't think I really understand. But if you think you have everything under control and like know what's going on, what you're doing, I'll trust you.
Now, I think I'm gonna go meet with some of the others that I've been seeing in my dreams. If it would help you understand, you're welcome to join us. But if you prefer to see what else is going on, that's fine. I'll take care of Kath.
Yeah. She takes a moment and looks over at Kath, and is just like, I think I should stay with Kath for now. I don't know what's going on, but I don't think we should leave her alone.
Yes. I think that's good.
All right.
And then, yeah, I go off to join.
You're able to join the conversation.
Oh, there's Stone. What took you so long?
I had to explain things to my wife.
And did you meet our fourth member?
Ilya, hi. Hello.
Yeah, I've met Elia.
And you weren't going to tell me?
It just didn't come up before the night.
Okay, well, we got the 4 gangs here, so I guess we're kind of good, kind of bad, but... Okay, so what's the game plan? Because I have a few.
Well, first we should fill in Sabine with the details, and I turn to her and kind of give a summary of what we did last night, specifically around Stefan and how he woke up and seems to be fine now, and that we have a lead to follow.
Yeah, she takes a second. She's like, "Oh, of course," and then just sprints away, and goes and comes back with this like big, fat, dusty tome, and starts flipping through it, and it's like, "Oh, I don't know why I didn't see before. They're being possessed."
Oh.
Doesn't that normally, like, why would they be sleeping when they be moving around and doing things as possessed?
You'd think so. There has been some cases where it takes time before that happens, but I don't know why. It seems like they're taking longer to take control.
Huh.
Maybe the creatures we saw in the dream world, maybe they're coming through into our world. And they're coming through these people in their dreams.
Don't suppose you know how to protect against evil. Perhaps drawing a circle to protect against evil.
Like a salt circle?
One of the pages she's like flipping to has this like super complex, like runic circle. It's like, oh yeah, of course. I'll need some time to set it up, but I think we can at least sanctify the church while we're here. Maybe we can prevent them from entering at all.
Oh, that would work.
That'd be pretty
The
nice.
ones who have already been possessed? Or are in the process of being possessed?
Yeah, in theory it would prevent that, and I mean, as long as they're not fully possessed, it should just shoot them away. I think.
Also send for the Viscount's son to come here as well then. As it seems he has fallen ill.
Oh, the Viscount's son. Well, maybe at least that means he will actually take action.
I did point out to him that helping his son is probably also going to help the town, so the two problems were one and the same.
Yes, that was a very smart.
What do we know of Stefan?
I haven't heard anything from him today. I've just been so caught up in this, I didn't think to check up on him.
Clearly something we should do.
I think we should do that.
Agreed.
The other thing I wonder about is this seems to be striking people as they sleep. Would it be beneficial to try and keep people awake?
Yeah, she thinks for a second. I'm not sure that would work. I've been hearing some accounts of people just collapsing. I don't know if it happens when they fall asleep or makes them fall asleep.
Okay. Are you
mean-
the only priest that's currently here?
No, there's others here.
I assume you will fill them in so they can help you out.
Oh yes, of course. This is way beyond what I can do on my own. But thank you. This is good information. I'd hate to think what happened if we just let them get possessed.
Also
I'll look at this
encourage
right
you,
away.
if you need more hands, see if you can enlist Dalrymple and its constables for aid. He doesn't really seem to know what to do. So I'm hoping if you're just very authoritative and firm with him, that he'll just assume you know more and do what you say. Which, of course, you do actually know more than him. But
I will keep that in mind. Do you think he'll handle the news of whatever's happening here well?
would see if you could avoid telling him about that. But you can have him do things like setting up cots in places for us to rest the people in the church and other sort of manual labor like that.
Yes, of course.
Feel free to throw in religious jargon to make everything sound very official in a way that he probably won't understand.
I see. I will have to put him to use. Thank you.
And also he did requisition a bunch of things. And I'll list off some of the things I saw on the list, just in case she would like access to any of those things.
Yeah, seems like a
What's
lot
up?
of the
I'm
things
muted.
that had been requisitioned
Yeah.
were already asked for by someone from the church, not necessarily Sabine herself. But it seemed like they had reached out to Dalrymple for supplies to try and talk to the bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not here right now. He is doing something somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to hang out at the pub. I know most people will be like, but it's so early. That doesn't matter, especially in time of crisis. And even if he's not there, they may know where he is.
That's probably true. We did see him heading off towards where a lot of the guardhouses where a lot of them stayed.
He's also possibly rallying the other guards to give them orders.
And she says, well, yes, I hope so. I think we'll need many hands to keep everyone safe. There's one other thing I think you should know. I don't know the whole details of it, but Dominic had told me this morning before, well, a lot of this happened, is one of our graves has been uncovered and unearthed.
Graves.
Is the body still there?
No.
Undead.
Which grave was it?
You'll have to talk to Dominic, but I'm sure he can point you in the right direction and maybe give you a name.
Alright, let's go find Dominic. A lot of strange things are happening all at once.
Yeah, I had to make a storyboard to keep track of the shit. Okay.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, you find Dominic, he's helping out,
Sorry,
with,
before we move on to Dominic,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask two things. Actually, three things. Because I came in late. I don't actually know her name.
Sabine.
Sabine,
I'll
yes.
put in chat.
Um,
I have some character art too.
yeah, I think I remember seeing her. But my second question, is it the ritual around the chapel? Is it possible to learn such a ritual?
Yes. It's not. I mean, it's pretty close to your domain of magic. This is like very much a prized Pharasman ritual that they've been keeping and holding on to because they're all kind of doomsday about the undead.
That does make sense.
Potentially learn it, or maybe in an adapted version. Learning spells does take a while.
Yes. And then my final question to Sabio is, do you know of anything that could make someone fall asleep?
Magic certainly can. I've seen magics that can do that.
Anything that I can access to make me fall asleep.
Oh,
like in town.
The Ionospos might be able to help you. They do a lot with potions and herbs. I'm sure they have a sleep aid.
Yes. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. And we can move on to Dominic now. Thank you.
See Dominic, he's helping, making sure that let's see if I can show the artwork here. View artwork, show theirs. Okay. So he's standing over and helping his fellow Damien Ionesco. It's Lacra's sister, who is Ilia's friend. And seems super cocked out. And here's Damien's artwork. Not currently holding a shovel or a lantern, but seems to be tentatively working at that. As you approach, you see Lacra is also there and gets up and greets Ilia and pulls him into a hug. Says, "Oh, I'm glad you're here. There's some horrible things happening. I don't know what's going on."
This is horrible. What happened? Fell asleep? Couldn't be roused?
At first I thought he was just hungover again, but he just wouldn't wake up. And then we had some people come to visit for medicinal herbs for other people that didn't wake up, and it's been happening to so many people.
That's really scary.
Are they still alive?
Yeah, he's still breathing, his heart's still beating. I just can't get him to wake.
We'll find a way. I know for a fact healing magic's not going to help. Shaking him won't do anything either. Pouring water, cold, all that stuff won't work. And Talia's thinking should she, say what the problem is? Because she personally thinks she knows what the problem is, which is, the whole night hag situation. So, well, she'll ask this question though: are they having night terrors or screaming, or are they peacefully sleeping?
There's a few that seem to be restrained, and kind of try and get up and move, and some are mumbling and talking. But otherwise, most of the people here that are on cots are pretty sedentary. They're not moving.
Can she check their pulse?
Yeah, they're he's breathing. It's the eyes are moving underneath.
Okay, so they're not that bad. Okay, good.
Don't worry, Sabine is going to be setting up something that should hopefully help. If you hear of anyone else who has fallen asleep, try and get their loved ones to bring them to the chapel as well.
Oh, of course. Oh gosh, I'm so glad Sabine is working on something. That brings a lot of comfort.
I'm sure they could also use any extra help that you may be able to give, as there's a relatively small number of them, and you can see there are many people who fallen to this, and they need to set up cots and everything, and probably move some things around. So, just any aid you could give them would be useful.
Oh yeah, and she, seems like wake up just a little bit. It's like, oh, of course, yes, I'll help out.
Is there something that could be done to maybe at least slow down the session?
No, there's nothing. I mean, maybe calm mind, but that only work for a little bit. But no, this is an issue we have to deal with in another world.
Oh, I was afraid you would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we need to go to sleep at some point.
First, we should find out about the grave
Yes.
that was disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also,
and Stefan.
And Lacra and her family.
Gee, that's a lot. So Black on the family, the graveyard, and who else? Stefan. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so Lacra and her family, they do a lot of like the medicinal stuff in town. So you might be able to get information on sleeping drafts from her.
Is she?
Those are my friends. I'm sure they would give us.
Are we right in the area of the guy who found the grave that we should ask questions about? I know that's what we
also like standing next to the bed and like letting you guys talk. And
so we heard that you found a disturbed grave.
He looks up. He's like, I did. Do you know anything about that? Do you have any information, or
are you?
We were hoping you had some information.
Yeah, we're mostly here for the other way around. Yeah, sorry.
How did you find out about that? We were trying to keep it under wraps.
Sabine.
He glances over at her, like rolls his eyes. It's like, yeah, must have happened last night. I could take you out back, or I could give you the name of the grave if you want to go look at it. Seems like we have a lot to handle here.
I mean, the name of the grave would be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just thinks back for a second. It's like, oh yeah, it was one of the older ones. It's probably from a few generations back.
Wait a minute. Is it time?
Oh,
That'd be hilarious.
And this is the name, Mary Predoyu.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. Mary Predoyu.
Oh dear.
Also happens to be the name of one of the more influential farmers in Redleaf.
Oh no! Ah, that's gotta be a relation of my employer.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, Well, I work for Dragoslav. You know, the one with the big farm. You always see like his signage out, and he has a lot of relationships with other parts of Ustalav and beyond the borders.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I bring his messages everywhere.
So this
Maybe I can
is
find out more at the big house. We live in a small house on his property, but I am allowed to go in and out the house.
so this is his wife. What's your relationship?
I don't know. Do I know?
You're not. Actually, you know what? Let's do either society or red before. I don't know if I gave you all red before, so it'll probably be society.
Okay. Let's get this guy. Yeah.
He an elf? Human?
He's a half elf.
Oh, okay.
Which is why he's
Yeah, you have no
bro.
idea. Unless you would like to use a hero point.
Yes, let me use a hero point. No. Nope. Honestly, I kind of dislike. I feel like Ilya, even if someone or Dragoslav told him, he was probably like, yeah, whatever, shut up.
There is a pretty decent reason why you wouldn't know who this is.
Oh, fair enough.
So, yeah, and I think something else pings for Tavia.
Mm-hmm.
When you were looking for names with Ursa, which is something I had you roll for,
Yeah.
you were looking for the relatively current census.
Mm-hmm.
And if this grave is from a couple generations back, there could be information from a couple censuses back.
We need to go read some more books. This name could be related to the Simpsons, or that word you just said.
Should we check out this grave or just move on to other things?
We should. Well, yes. Let's go check out the grave. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained sometimes. When it comes to books, I'm just on it.
Yeah. Let's do. I think it's investigation, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's 5e. Is it just perception?
We're rolling for it anyways.
Yeah, let's do perception, or if you might know a lot about digging holes.
Hey, farmhand lore? Farmhand lore?
Farmhand lore, sure, yeah, you dig holes with farmhand lore.
Yes, I'm so good about holes.
I know about tools used to dig holes.
Could be helpful.
I'm gonna do crafting just for.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. While looking over the grave, it clearly looks like whatever happened here, somebody else dug it out. It wasn't like a burst open from the coffin and like worm your way out of the soil.
Mm-hmm.
This was like very much somebody spent the time to dig a hole and retrieve or free the body.
Well, I don't know whether to be relieved or scared. Doesn't that mean it's one of us?
And it was dug with tools, not claws.
It was dug with tools.
That means somebody from here should have done it.
Just reading Emily's comments. any way to realize who exactly? No, probably not. Who did this? Oh,
It's kind of
you
obvious.
well, you can cast spells. Some of you. Is there something?
I mean, have you guys learned to cast spells over here? Is this a new thing now where we can do that?
Let me see.
Last
Hocus pocus. Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay,
Famed
the
spellcaster.
Alas.
there's like a headstone on the grave.
Yes.
It has names.
Yep.
duo.
What's the name?
Mary Predoyu.
Yep.
Mary P.
It's not part of like a double grave, because sometimes you bury like husbands and wives beside each other.
No, it's a single grave.
And it would have dates on it, like years.
Yes, this happened, or this person died roughly 85 years ago.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
85 years ago. That's like a.
So they
like a
85 when they died. That's pretty really old, especially in these old times.
no, I mean 85 years ago. So wait, the death was 85 years ago, or she was born?
Yeah, the death was.
Yeah, so that means she was
Lived to
85.
about 30.
Oh. Oh.
No,
Yeah.
no, the death date is.
85 years ago.
No, it's not even the grandmother. It's like the great grandmother.
But you said that he was a half elf, right? Do they not live longer? Do you not live longer?
Hey, I am not connected. This is not my father or anything. This is just my damn employer who's having designs on my mother.
I'm asking about the lifespan of half elves, though, which I would assume you know something about.
Yeah, I would think they know, like, maybe live like half as long as a human because they're half human, half elf.
But why would they be half elves? I mean, I guess they would be.
Your employer was a half elf, right?
No, I am a half elf.
Wait, I thought I asked what race he was, and you said half elf.
Oh,
What
you said
race is your
what
employer?
race he was versus what race you were. Okay, no, sorry.
Very much human.
Pronunciation did not hear that.
Oh, okay.
So.
Sorry, how old was Mary when she died?
Just over 30. She had made it to 31.
Over 30. 31. Okay, well, can we see where the body was dragged towards?
Don't see any drag marks.
Well, I feel like it's obvious. Either, your other employer from the other farm digged it out, but for whatever reason, or there's something else going around that we don't know about. Which, does it have to do with the hag? I have no clue.
When you go ask him about who this relationship was, see if you can see any, like, especially muddy boots or clothing that just happen to be lying about, or in a shovel that hasn't been cleaned and has been recently used.
Is it a common funeral rite to, like, bury possessions with someone when they die?
Oh, possession. Not in, like, supernatural, but, like, things.
Yeah, like just, jewelry or items.
Yes, but not very possessed people, yes. Not, like, extensively. It's just more to, like, decorate the body before they're put under, rather than, like, you pass on with all of your goods.
Are there any trinkets on the grave?
No. Just the remnants of a rotting casket.
Could it have just been grave robbers?
Potentially.
Hmm.
I mean,
What
the
if
grave
he
has
has left the
definitely been
body?
robbed.
I'm assuming embalming is not a thing, right?
No. Actually, recently the church has moved to cremation because they don't want bodies to stick around in Ustalov. There's a nasty habit of them becoming reanimated and being a problem. So they're like, they've kind of moved away from that practice altogether.
Huh.
Hmm.
I guess
Because there's only so much space in a cemetery.
Also, maybe this is the thing. Like, whoever buried, I don't know, maybe the only people that could be awakened or stolen could be the old people.
Hmm.
But also, I assume if she's been buried for 85 years, I mean, I don't know much about biology stuff, but I imagine that would be just a skeleton at this point.
True, true.
Hmm.
It's
Make
a
a
lot on
medicine
the
check.
earth and okay. I have medicine, but I don't.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is they're trying to raise the dead, but use their body. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For some reason, Ilya is very knowledgeable on the decomposition rates of bodies. Yeah, there would only be a skeleton left at this point.
Haha, the player also rolled a natural 20 on my personal decomposition information.
Also, by this point, some of the clothes would be like pretty deteriorated as well, if not protected well.
Well, guys, I honestly feel like this has nothing to do with probably the hag situation.
It's gotta be connected. Everything is connected.
No, not everything has to be connected. Some things are just problems, like a cat stuck in a tree. That's just a problem. You know, it's not connected with the hag.
Well, maybe the cat is up there because it can feel the strange undead.
She yells out again. Not connected. Not connected.
Right. Okay.
Let's focus on the sleeping.
Okay.
There's more of that than, graves being dug up. Which reminds me, I need to go to the library and go read those books real quick to see if I can make a connection. Could you guys handle, I guess, go talk to the farmer, investigate, see about his house, any muddy shoes? If you're really into this.
Well, I feel like we
Mhm.
should quickly just go check up on Stefan first, since I
Let's
feel like that will be the fastest of what we need to do.
And I would like to go to the library.
Oh, sure. Okay. We can split up. I hope your book's smart. Not saying you were dumb or anything. I was just, well, yeah, you know what? Let's forget I said anything. I was okay. Let's go.
So we're splitting up. I
It
guess
sounds
there's four
like-
of us, and we have what, 4 things? We have.
Yeah, so as you are heading through the front of the thing, you notice that Stefan is also walking up with his partner, and they seem worried that something's happening with the town, but also like kind of in good cheer. And they hail you. It's like, oh, what's the meeting all about? Is everything okay?
I mean, it seems like people are falling asleep. The same sickness you had, Stefan. I see that you're feeling better.
Yes, I must admit I haven't had a rest like that for, very much ever.
Do you remember anything?
These dreams, perhaps?
You know, the strangest thing, it's rare for me to have nights where I don't dream, but it's just like a blank. I don't remember anything. Not even sure if I did dream at all.
Interesting. Well, I have to go check up on some stuff. I'll catch up with you later.
I would like to join you. I am very good with books.
You may want to check in with the priests and just see if there is anything that you could do to help them out. I know they have a lot of work to prepare the chapel for all the sick, and I'm sure they would appreciate any extra aid and extra hands that they can get.
There's like people. Many people.
Oh, this was directed at Stefan and his
okay,
partner,
yes.
not Ailey.
Yes.
And Stefan's just, it's like, I guess we'll help out. How bad is it?
A lot of people. We do have there is a plan that they have to hopefully combat this, so hopefully it doesn't get any worse. But act quickly so that things don't spread is the best policy.
I can't argue with that. And heads in. Seems pretty prepared to help out. Ursula is absolutely on top of everything. Unlike Delrin. Yeah. So seems like archives or the Verdoya farm. What are we doing first?
Archives?
Archives.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing what to look for, I'm not going to make you roll for it. It doesn't take that much time. But you see two people for a census about 100 years ago. Right next to each other. Actually, no, it'd probably be 90 years ago. That sounds right. So there's the Mary Verdoya. And one other that you might find much more interesting.
Oh!
The miss?
Time.
That's time?
I mean, look at the wood.
I mean, it looks similar. I thought time had a Y in it.
It was also pretty clear from his journal entry that he's forgetting who he was. So I'm unsurprised that he had a name that perhaps sounds similar but isn't exactly correct.
Good observation.
And his journal did mention something about his wife or his love.
Oh, okay. When did he die? Or when was he?
There is no grave for Thames in the graveyard.
Oh, so he's in this location. He's still walking. Right, okay.
My best guess
Maybe
of the
you
journal
haven't
is...
seen him around the town at all.
My best guess for the journal is they have a line that says, "They are resentful, but I must abandon my love for her." Her is probably Mary.
Yeah. But they are resentful. It could be the hag.
Obsession with the hag.
You probably got her killed, maybe.
Okay, fine. Just ignore my question.
Not ignore your question. Repeat the question.
The beginning.
What is your obsession with the hag?
It's not an obsession.
It's not really an obsession with the hag. She just looks at her fingers and just it's a lot.
I'm convinced that she's behind this when evidence suggests otherwise. She may know something, but the fact that this is all undead in possession does not point to the regular MO of a hag, from what I've gathered so far.
Hmm.
You just seem very determined to make this her fault for some reason.
I don't know how this. I just saw Hag in it, and I thought
Hags
it
are
was just
bad
a
news.
prophecy kind of thing. That's all.
Yeah.
So
Tanya,
I read about a lot of
give
Hag
me a
stuff.
sign.
Okay, that's all I have to say. Mm.
I would love a deception check from Tavia.
Ah,
Okay, doing this open. Oh!
Yeah.
who does better?
That's
There is
fine.
no
I would just encourage you to try and keep an open mind. We must follow the evidence,
Mm-hmm.
not whatever the creature du jour you've read about.
Right. Keep it open mind. Not everything's connected.
Well, Ursa is right about that, I suppose. Just, hags.
Is there anything else we learn in the archives?
Yeah, let's see how much information you can find, because there could be more information about them.
Yes.
Let's do a library lore, and whoever wants to help can.
Open or blind?
Let's do this blind.
Society?
Yeah, we can do society.
Right.
Come on, library lore.
Not a great help roll.
Yeah, Stone and Ilya is not super helpful, but holy crap. I was wondering if this is gonna happen. So, yeah. Together you find out there are some old plans for a house under their name that was under the Predoyu farm area but is no longer there. And it seems like there's blueprints for something that have been taken down.
Okay, so wait, what was underneath the Pedoyu house?
So there was a house built on Pedoyu Farms that is no longer there. That was under Mary and Thames' name.
Very strange. Our road clearly leads back to Pedoyu Farms and hopefully some clues as to what happened there 85 years ago and even before that.
So the road leads back to where?
Pedoyu Farms, my employer's farm,
Mm-hmm.
where Mary presumably lived, as well as Themis. Hey, no, you are. Why are you looking at me like this, Ursa? I'm just, I'm not behind this.
Oh no, I'm just thinking that you should clearly take the lead, as we are going to be talking to your boss about things your boss knows.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
He might be more comfortable with you, anyways.
I give him a hearty slap on the back. Don't worry, you can do it. I believe in you.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
And I take the little teddy bear and I put it on his shoulder and be like, just pretend this is an elephant. Trumpeting you to victory in your ear.
None of you would think that Ilya could possibly look more uncomfortable with the elephant on his shoulder, the teddy bear, but he does.
I don't think the teddy bear is helping.
It's great. It's Well, I guess we should go and see whether Lacroix has some info about sleeping drugs. That should be fairly easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's try that. We'll work our way up to the big stuff. Oh, timeout, player wise. I probably missed it. So the road to the farm thing. Repeat the information then, again.
So there is a like basically document that there was a house at the Bedoyu Farms that has been taken down.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it's not there anymore.
Okay.
Which was under Thames' name.
Tim's name. Gotcha. Which is time. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, carry on. We're good.
Yeah, you're able to talk to Lacra, and she's like, "Oh, of course. I think my mother, Magda, she'll be able to help you out. She's still in her apothecary."
Oh, great. It's just, this is really spooky, you know? And not in the vampire way. We found that there had been some, this grave at the cemetery that looked like clawed from the inside as, makes a meaningful gesture at her. But someone dug out that old body. Very strange.
Yeah, she grabs her arm and it's just, okay, stay safe, okay?
Thanks. You too. Keep watch on your family.
Aren't we supposed to be keeping that thing about the grave a little hush-hush for now? Not to panic people?
I want her to be safe. She's my friend.
Also, doesn't seem to be super panicked about it.
She knows stuff.
Well, we don't want her to know too much stuff.
She's descended from fucking vampires. She knows what goes bump in the night.
Well, let's just not mention any of the, nightmare stuff to people.
That's fair. Yeah, fine. And I like, if I like a nod as in like, I'll catch you up later. And then we go to her mom and ask for some sleeping draft or something.
Yeah, it seems Magda and Eftane, her parents, are just kind of rummaging through pretty much everything they have. They're trying to find something that could potentially wake up everyone in the church. And we enter this. Sorry, that's not a great time. Can we help you?
Yeah, sorry. I hope this doesn't take super long. Because, I've heard about all the terrible things. I'm really sorry. Sleeping drafts. You have some similar things.
They look at you a little bit like suspiciously. He's like, "Oh, sleeping drafts. Why would you need those?"
Well, it's for he like looks at his shoes. Clearly, there's the solution written on the shiny top. Some people are going to try to, figure out what's going on by looking for help in the dreamland. Could really help in this particular matter. These people are very smart and strong.
That seems a bunch of hogwash, if you ask me, but I suppose if they're trying to help, it wouldn't hurt. So, you know what? I'll tell you what. All of these drafts are 2 gold each, but I think we'll waive the fee in this case. And
Thank you.
Yeah, hands over. She has 6 bottles of this sleeping draft that, if you drink all of it at once, will absolutely knock you out. They're more potentially. They're more for like take a small amount at a time, but you could absolutely like take more than prescribed to knock yourself out.
Just slim it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we snag them, and Ilya awkwardly thanks them, and yeah, we leave.
Mm-hmm.
I have been thinking. I do have a small concern as we're leaving on to our next destination. We're gathering all the sick in the same place. Should we be doing that? Or should we be maybe spreading them out so that we can kind of deal with them one at a time in our dreams?
That had occurred to me, but I do think the sanctifying ritual would help, and I can't imagine they'd be able to do it in a larger area.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's probably where the ritual's probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Above table, if you had not checked up on Stefan to learn that they are being possessed, having them together probably wouldn't end up super well. But it seems like things are pretty stable at the church right now.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Good thing we followed up on GM clues.
Exactly.
Off to the farm.
Off to the farm.
Mm-hmm. And that should be the last thing on our list.
Yeah. As you go through, Ilya, obviously you're like super familiar with the farm, and something kind of clicks. It's like, oh yeah, there was some like outline of some walls that were put together that have previously like it's been like scattered over here. It's like kind of behind the house, and it looks like there may have been a foundation there. It's a pretty small footprint for it, but it very clearly it looks like the remnants of what could have been a house or maybe a barn.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh, I just remember there's this one part, and I do get deals there real quick. Before we, start involving people. Doesn't look like a big building. Why would they? What happened that they ripped it down? Is it larger? It's smaller than the present house? I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
oh, I guess it just that they wanted something bigger.
As you're all like walking kind of over this landscape, you get a shiver, and can't really tell where it's coming from, but it feels wrong to be here.
Are you feeling this?
A bit chilly.
It's a little colder than normal.
Given what we've been dealing with, perhaps we've stepped onto unsanctified ground.
Yes.
I feel like we should step off this and come back here at night.
Well, I feel like it's likely to be safer while we're not sleeping, so we should at least see if we can find information ahead of time. Do some
Yes.
recon, if you will.
I agree. Let's try to like dig a little and see what happens. Maybe there are old traces of what happened here.
Or the colder it gets, that means we're getting closer to whatever's giving off the coldness.
Oh, you're right. The more uncomfortable we feel, the yes. I mean, I like it, but it's a good idea.
Yeah, you could dig around in here. You might also be able to find something digging around the main house. They have a couple storage rooms that might have information on their ancestors.
Yeah.
While you're here, if you would like to look around, let's do perception checks, I think. Unless you can think of anything else that might be more applicable. Occultism could actually religion could be a little bit more applicable here.
Yeah, let's do a religion.
I occultism.
I don't know what we're 100% what we're looking for, but
No, I
might be
think none of
something.
us really do.
I might, yeah, maybe our characters do.
Apparently, Claudia knows everything.
Well, she does read a lot of books.
She does
Which is
read
true.
A lot of books. Yeah, while you're kind of rooting around, you see some glyphs and symbols and imagery that are very consistent with the symbols of Urgathoa that have been found in Time's book.
Krakatoa.
Ha.
And just as a refresher, she's a goddess of like excess and gluttony, but also
Undead.
Undeath.
Oh yeah, undeath. Well, same thing.
And a lot of her followers are very keen on especially that undeath part.
Don't we live next to like a Pharasmite church or?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
They probably would not get along very well.
Wait. Do we have a Desna church too? Or just Pharasma?
Desna is represented in the church.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Anything else, or that's just the only two deities?
They have most of the major deities, except for Gazre, who's more like nature focused, so they have a shrine outside.
Okay, I thought would be more clues on that, but gotcha. Okay, so Urgathoa.
They don't have Urgathoa represented there.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, of course, not that evil church. Okay, so yeah, got some clues here. She, presents it to everybody about the whole thing, and that's all she can find.
We'll pull out a notepad and do like a rubbing of the runes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cross-referencing, if necessary.
Is there anything else you would like to do here?
Did we want to go talk to your boss and see what he knows about his ancestors?
Totally, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, with your mom earlier.
Don't remind me.
I mean, like, you could maybe use that as leverage, as it were.
I don't want to use my mother as leverage.
No, but like I can put in a good word for you, or like something like that. Like, I might be your future son-in-law, so you should share information about my new family that I'll be joining.
Ilya makes a faint retching sound.
You don't have to mean it. Just
Right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, that is. It's a good point. This is a very rational approach. Manipulative, but rational.
pursuit of the greater good. We have important things to do.
Mm-hmm. Faster you do it, the easier it's gonna be. Like a band-aid.
Off a band-aid.
Right off.
It looks like from one of you to the other. It's like, did you practice this?
Yeah, we just know each other for a long time.
All right, let's go. We can talk to Dragoslav. You're right. He's actually tried to be nice to me, so yes. Let's talk to him and ask him about his ancestor.
Absolutely.
Before we go, we should maybe have a reason why you are particularly interested in this particular ancestor.
Well, maybe you're just there to inform him of the grave digging incident.
Okay, so we are okay with telling them that.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna find out at some point, and
I think that's exactly right.
Probably the person to, yeah.
Wanted to establish that before we go there and talk to him.
Alright.
Good thinking.
So we head into the farmhouse, and everything seems pretty quiet. Usually there's a little bit more noise going on, and as you walk into what would be their kitchen, you see Dragoslav passed out on the floor, a little bit of blood coming out of his forehead. Pooling onto the floor.
What's going on?
And with that, we're gonna end the session.
Wow.
God
Excellent
damn it.
timing.
I gotta say, this whole cliffhanger thing, you've really got it down.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of key pieces of information, so it's just oh yeah, you're coming across the next one. That's a good cliffhanger.
Nice.
Like a professional over here. Nice.
No, it's really very well done. I guess you do have as you say, you have this board of all the different people and what happened